before we got
I
kicked
was
out.
just saying how I think that you guys are not you, but I think that Mike, Dot, and Jason are unfaithful. And
Hey, might as well throw Dar in there too. Shit. Yo, like, what is that about, right? Jeez, Drea. Like, okay, like all the traders are gonna be all returnees, and they're gonna be all males. Like, come on, Drea, come on, man, come on. You know what? I was so initially, I'm like, you know me, I get pissed when people call me out. I get really upset. I get defensive and I get petty. But after a while, I was like, you know, I kind of respect the fact that you're like saying what you think. You're saying kind of negative things about each person, but you're not pretending. You're just being real about the way that you feel.
I mean, everybody has their own mind. It's no like
Sure.
offense. I'm not trying to influence anyone. I just said I will say what I think.
I just think that Dre is very passionate when she speaks.
As far as who we wanted to interrogate, they were the names that completely came up over and over again, with the exception of a fourth, who is you, who's come up the most, because as much as you point fingers, it never points this way. I think it genuinely hurt me today that she did that. And if that was the case, I'm fine with it. I would have been fine with her when we had that minute when we were done, or 5 minutes, whatever it was you gave us, to come at me with that and to say it just between her and I, and it would put me in a place where I'd say, like, that kind of does make a little bit of sense. Let me tell you why Mike and I are not working together, and let me tell you why you should get your suspicion off of me.
If I don't know have all the answers. I've just said what I think. And if you could say I'm a traitor, but a traitor wouldn't literally call out 3 people. That's literally going to be 3 votes for her. So all I'm saying is I feel like what I felt like. I felt like you guys working together.
And you know what? She gets to the heart of something. Is that the returnees have been watching each other's backs? It's true. She's right. And it's possible one of us is a traitor. So I was ready to vote her out over it.
Because you just ask questions and point fingers. Answer the question, why are you not a traitor? We asked everyone else, why are you not a traitor?
I'm not a traitor because I'm trying to figure. I'm actually in this game to win as a freaking faithful. You guys are letting people get eliminated and acting like you don't care about it. Y'all let Armacio get eliminated and y'all let Amy get eliminated. And if you were really a faithful, you would care about faithful being on.
Dre called out everyone. I don't know whether to vote her out and murder her or just let her just get herself knocked out. I don't know.
Here is my biggest rebuttal to what Drea has said. I'm just going to say it, and then you guys make up your own minds. Drea, when we interrogated you, you wanted to target Dot at the vote. You ended up changing your vote to Amuncio. You also specifically mentioned that you were very suspicious of a player with bangs. We couldn't decide whether you meant Ashley or Elle at the time. Did you want to clarify? You remember this, right, Raven?
That's such a traitor.
Yeah, I do remember that.
To try to put people against me. Elle, I did think you were suspicious because you were quiet. And like I just said, I am not looking at quiet people anymore because the first 2 people that were quiet and that got eliminated were faithfuls.
Hey, I was loving it. That was pretty sick. The whole thing started. I was like, okay, I'm chilling now. But like the Ashley thing happened.
I have good news, I have bad news, I have great news. After all of this discussion, there will be no vote tonight because Ashley is not here. Ashley will be out of the game because you guys gave so much drama tonight. I can't have any of you go quite yet.
Disappointed. It's going to screw all of us as far as traitors go.
You all voted Ashley safe this past round. She had the most votes, and it might be time for all of you to switch up your game because Ashley was a traitor.
I at least knew that one, but it was almost like she was just so open from the beginning. That was a sign to me, like, wait, nobody else is being that open right now. Why is she?
That completely threw me for a loop. I did not expect that. I had trust in Ashley. Like, I think I was like ready to go to the end with her.
So keep that in mind. You got to trade her out. I mean, you guys sucked, and I didn't actually get to trade her out. Ashley gave you quite the gift tonight.
I definitely would have not guessed her. But now with her being exposed as a traitor, it just makes me think, all right, so she's a traitor. So her behaviors were to write down everything and share with the group. Automatically, I'm going to take away from the individuals that are similarly doing that. So Lori's on my list because I was like, hey, listen, Lori's just like overly excited. So let me remove Lori from that list. I'm going to remove Raven from that list as well. And now, it sucks because I never thought that Ashley could be a traitor. Fuck it. She got me. She got me good.
I will give you some time to discuss all of this.
I feel played.
Andrea, dance a little bit.
Wow.
Guys.
Hey, we love Drea. We love Drea. We love Drea.
Guys, I've been fucking played, bro.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Bro.
Me too.
That was my alliance. Fuck.
Oh, we all voted her safe. That's so fucking dumb.
She the one who
we all voted her safe.
Praise y'all.
She just came off genuine and she gave a lot of information. It seemed like she was giving information and I was giving information, and it seemed like we were both trying to figure this out. But I was wrong. She was just playing me. I trusted her way too fast. Yeah, I feel pretty silly now, but at first I was ready to get all of them out. Like, I was ready to put it on the floor because I thought all of them were traitors. Like, currently I thought they were traitors, but right now, after what just happened, I'm really just, I think all of them are, not all of them, but at least Mike and Jason, they're definitely not traitors. And like all of them, I don't know, I gotta think on this.
I voted her safe because she said there was people lying, and I was like, that's what I said. Yes,
People, huh?
people lying.
People.
I knew she didn't like me because I talk too much.
I felt like I was like, oh my goodness, because like I would have teamed up with her. I would have worked with her. She seemed like she played me. she did her job good. I can tell you that she did real good.
Wow.
Oh
She
my
barely
god.
talked to me. I bet I was next. I bet I was the one who heard it. She's barely talked to me.
Wow, she made all them notes too. She made
She's the one who put me on you. She was like, "That's
I totally didn't see it.
A lot of people
didn't see
it.
Oh my god. I had no idea. No idea at all. She seemed completely normal. What I'm mad about is that I thought me and Ashley were cool. I felt like we had a connection. We didn't talk a whole lot, but I felt it, right? And to know that not only she was a traitor, but to know that she was spreading my name around people to try to get me out of the game, like, what the fuck?
No one saw this coming, including me. This is some shit in which I just cannot put. Like, this was my, like, I was used by a traitor. Exactly what I thought Mike was doing, Ashley was doing the entire time. I was being used by a traitor to push a narrative. And the whole entire narrative that we came up with, I'm starting to think all those people on our list is good. And that, it makes me look at other people way different. Like Mike, when we did our 101s, when me and Mike did our 101s, he kept trying to get my strategy and didn't give me his. That's super sus. And he almost slid. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that wasn't how I remember that chat
Let's put some out. Ashley said that I was being sus, right?
Yeah, for the first day.
For the first day I wasn't.
That's
Ashley said I was being sus?
Yeah,
I'm sharing my
Okay,
strategy openly with everyone. Why would I not?
I think that at least somewhat proves that I'm not a traitor. If a traitor was trying to get me out of the game, then I'm not a fucking traitor.
That's what I'm saying. My whole thing is just like flip upside down. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
And she's trying to get me out then too.
So I'll put out some of my own honesty.
Like, what the fuck? I was just working with a whole traitor. That was my alliance.
Ashley was my very first target.
You were working with a traitor, weren't she?
I overheard her talking about me and Raven talking too much, but then she requested to talk to me, and she wanted to clear the air, and I was like, oh, I gotta vote her safe. I was completely wrong.
I will back up this. When I had my one-on-one with her, she named me, Jason, and Raven as people she was suspicious of. Yeah. Now, to be honest, day one was that chat. If you're day one calling out your fellow traitors, that's nuts. So right now, my suspicions on Raven drop way lower. My suspicions on Jason, as everyone knows we're working together, drops way lower, according to Drea. But like, that's straight up, like, she told me, look out for Raven and Jason on the first day of this game. So you do with that information what you will.
And I, as you know,
from my prior confessionals, had a lot of suspicions on Raven coming into the round, and I think this might have been her time. And I owe her, I believe, and Jason, big apologies, and I need to realize that I'm a mess and was tunnel visioned on what I now believe to be completely incorrect assumptions, because you know, I believe that traitors do turn on each other. Do I think that Ashley, on day one of the game, named the other two traitors to me? No, I don't think so.
I went totally against Ashley because I came in that conversation where she said, I don't know, he just talks way too much, and I was like,
I wanted her Instagram.
Jason, she literally, before we had our meeting, she literally told me to watch out for Jason. He talks. He's super nice, but he openly talks like he's hiding something. That's it. I'm
like. Well, I don't think that I can change who I am, because if I do that, then everything stands out as me being a traitor, because finally my name was brought to light today. I felt like that was the most that I was focused on, and if I'm being honest, because of the interrogator part, I thought today would be the least that I would be discussed, because people would want to know more about who was interrogated, who wasn't. It felt at the end like it was the interrogators being interrogated.
I'm not gonna lie, she mentioned Mike, Jason, and Dot to me, so right now I'm literally not even on y'all no more. And
that's a turnaround. Look, this is meta.
Hey, respect.
We can use process of elimination.
The fact that Nick says we suck and we were about to vote out either me or Drea, we can take something away from that. Like Drea, like straight up, maybe it's not you.
My game plan at first was to trust my own intuition, but now I'm gonna have to work with these people, honestly, and I'm gonna have to rely on their thoughts as well. So I can't just spew out assumptions anymore. I'm fine with that, but I have to put my trust in them. And it's crazy. I don't know. I don't like this.
I need therapy after this. I have trust issues. I'm already stressed out enough. I need to take a chill pill. Yeah, that wasn't an alliance. I don't have any alliances, but like if there was a list, she was lower on the list.
Yeah, I just thought she was really open.
Big information. She listened. She had strategy.
Yeah.
Who's had a one-on-one with her? Who's had a one-on-one with her?
I did yesterday, last night actually.
Oh, I did. She requested to have one with me to tell me that she didn't mean to say that because I talk too much I'm a target. That just meant that stood out to her because I talk too much, and then there's people that talk too little. And I was like, oh, that's okay.
I hate to do this, but I am going to ask if like maybe one or a few of you might want to vote me safe. I have an idea, and I'm worried I'm going to get murdered now because I think they know I'm on the right track. So
I'm willing to vote you safe, Mike.
Don't say who you're doing. Don't say if you're doing it for sure, though, because we don't want to give them any
more
information.
I'm not voting.
But I'm in private, just like think about it. Okay?
I, in 100%, think that Mike is a traitor, which I have no problem telling the group. I don't care. I think that Mike sealed his fate with me when he said, if anyone doesn't mind voting to keep me safe, he has a theory or he has a idea to share with the group. I don't think necessarily you need to have a safety vote from the group just to, share who you think is potentially a traitor. You just say it. What are you fucking hiding it for? No, just come on, say it.
Okay.
Hey, Drea, who else was in that alliance you're talking about? You, Ashley, who else?
It was just us. We were literally, I had 2 one-on-ones with her.
I think you have to kind of figure out who is being proven to be a faithful and start to ride with them, right? Like for me, I feel like Drea was kind of showed that she's a faithful today and speaking her mind and not being afraid to admit to being wrong, right? I feel like Ashley Ashley coming out, me and Mike and Jason shows that most likely we're not traitors, right?
My mind has flipped 180 on you in like 5 minutes because you wouldn't be sharing all of this and like telling us what she did if you were a traitor.
Because that was my alliance. Why would I share with you my alliance? And I thought she was a freaking...
No, I'm just saying, now that you're saying this, now that we know she's a traitor, like that opens a lot of doors. I'm looking at Anthony, I'm looking at Lauren, and I'm looking very strongly at Dar as people that I never heard their names come out of Ashley's mouth. I also was watching Anthony's face, and he just looked crestfallen. He just looked crestfallen. He looked like death warmed over after Ashley didn't show up and got eliminated.
This game is a mind fuck.
That game of telephone again, it's just going to get more and more complicated as less and less people are there to back each other up. So I think it's going to just make things worse. I feel like personally, I'm still going to go after the people that I felt have taken a big step back and not people that are just now bringing themselves or others into the limelight. I feel like the Traitor has been kind of sitting back a little bit. So that's where my eye is going to go from here. I mean, she was very convincing.
I would have unknowingly, so like, phew, kind of saved myself there.
She might have won this game if she didn't.
Right? Because I'm like,
she might have won this game.
No kidding.
But
I wonder
Anthony,
what
who are the people that Ashley warned you about?
Me?
What's that?
Anthony, who did Ashley warn you about?
It was you and Jason.
Wow.
Boy, Ashley duped me like crazy. She did not like me.
No.
I'm just gonna keep sticking by Mike and Jason and see where that takes me. I gotta stay kind of low. They were like, okay, who didn't talk to Ashley? Who didn't Ashley bring up? And it's like, oh crap. I'm just going to I know Jason's fired up, so sticking with Jason and Mike, I think, is my way out of it right now.
So we know who Ashley was trying to target, and we know who Ashley wasn't trying to target. That doesn't mean everything, but it means something.
It means something.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And then someone said, who was she not talking about? I still remember her saying to even me that Elle and Lauren were the ones that she trusts. And I already had my suspicions of Lauren, and everyone else having this tiny little suspicion about Lauren, but not wanting to like address it really because she's been safe and she's been able to like even kind of throw herself out there, and even her coming or like putting us on the spotlight is still putting her on the spotlight. And not that backfired on her, but now I am kind of wanting to know if it's Lauren or Elle.
So she was trying to fuck with Drea, she's trying to fuck about me, trying to fuck with Mike, Jason. Who else did she say something about? She said something about Lori.
Yeah, I didn't even talk to her.
She never really talked. I didn't have a one-on-one with her.
Because now they're on to everyone that she, like when we're leaving, on to everyone that she was targeting. So the only people that she did not target was me, Elle, and then Lauren. I don't know why not Lauren, but they're going to vote one of us now. We're gonna look suspicious now. Now I gotta find a way to get out of that situation.
In order to stay in this game, I need the Traitors to need me a little bit too. So I'm hoping that I'm of value to each team for the moment while I try to figure out exactly who these Traitors are. And I do believe I'm getting closer, but I need some backing to prove some outlandish things I got on my mind.
Hold on, wait.
Okay, so I'm writing it down.
Write this down. So who is she trying to target? Write this down.
I got it. Go. Ashley,
hands.
No. Go ahead. Go.
Ashley is.
Oh, hey!
Oh,
Down! What is that?
I think my goose is going to be cooked real soon. I publicly asked for people to save me, hoping that that's enough to scare off any traitors from trying to murder me. We'll see. I think there's a good chance if there was only 2 traitors to start the game that we will see a recruitment this round. And I'm hoping that I'm the one that's recruited because I clearly can't find traitors from the Save My Life.
For safety, I really don't even want to touch that whole situation with the previous players and Drea. I think I'm gonna vote to keep Anthony safe this week.
Who had my back the most? Dot.
You know, this may be weird and controversial. I'm gonna select to save Drea tonight.
Drea. I want Drea to be safe.
I'm gonna go with Mike. He said he's got a plan. So good night. Grandma loves you. Grandma's beautiful girl is okay.
I watched How to Get Away with Murder back to back episodes. So I'm in my Annalise Keating mode. I'm ready to fucking figure out what's going on right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was getting a little hectic.
No, it is. I think we should really just kind of like pick up where we left off at, because there's going to be, obviously we know that Ashley was a traitor, and we just need to like pick up exactly where we left off at and just go from there. Who she was targeting, and then the remaining people, those are going to be the targets. And if I'm one of those people, fucking grill me. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna put me as a target.
Yo,
hey,
listen, I'm going to be honest, and I'll say it.
Fucked.
Huh?
That was fucked. Finding out that she was a traitor, I was completely fucking taken aback.
My biggest takeaways was we were all very shocked with Ashley, and we were all like planning different things, and I can tell that there was definitely a shift in like the honesty and like integrity of what everyone's saying. I can definitely see like Anthony working his gears a lot more, Dar's talking even more, which is awesome because I just love hearing other people's perspectives of things. So I'm definitely seeing a shift in game plan.
Last before we all got disconnected, thank you, Nick. We were talking about who was Ashley targeting, and we were going into that, and I was hoping to put right there so that we can move forward with understanding who else we can eliminate from this.
Yes. I got written down Dot, Mike, Lori, and Jason.
Okay, so those were the four that she wanted to know for myself. She said you and Jason.
Apparently, she named me at one point. She had me, Mike, and Jason as the most talkative and most suspicious.
So what we were talking about before you entered the room is like before we got cut off our last session, we were trying to figure out who was the individuals that Ashley was kind of like skeptical about. And what we were doing is she was like saying, okay, so she said Dot, Lori, Mike, and Jason. Those are the individuals that were on her radar list, right? So then we subtract those people from the list, and then everyone else is fair game. So everyone else needs to be interrogated. Like if she said she didn't say my name, she didn't say Raven's name.
Go ahead and interrogate me.
Yeah, listen. So that's what I'm saying.
They can interrogate me too, because I didn't ever hear her say like any specific names.
It was only me. She hated me because I was loud.
So the only thing I can say about Ashley is the only thing I ever heard her really say, and I brought this up the other night when I was talking to Raven, is she literally took what Raven said and she was like, quote unquote, oh, so Mike lied then.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I ever really heard Ashley say. So if she was a traitor and she was gunning for Mike, like Mike's really low on my list just because of that.
I think Ashley was also the one that mentioned that Raven was the first one that said the we thing, the traitors. I think
Raven's back. Let's ask her.
Oh, my shit got broken.
Before we answer that question, Lauren, let me give you a heads up. So Mike was low on my list. However, Mike is back on the top of my list because let me tell you why, and I'll say it exactly as soon as he gets in the chat. Before we all disconnected, he asked everyone in the group. He was like, "Hey guys, can you make sure I'm safe tonight? Because I have an idea of how to So here's the thing: like, if you have a game plan that you want to like reveal out to everybody, I'm not gonna say, "Can you guys save me?" I'm just gonna like, listen. I'll tell you guys the next time we're doing it. Like, I don't need a safe vote for you guys to save me. So for me, also everything that Drea was saying, there were all facts. There were no lies. The only thing he kept trying to do, he was trying to turn all of us on. So for that reason, I don't care if I'm by myself, but I am going to always vote for Mike. It was good just to bring up because I think that people kind of like forgot where Mike was at.
I just didn't understand the very quick switch at the end where he said like, "Oh, okay, well now that you're saying that, Drea, we're all good." I didn't realize that. Now that you're saying that,
yeah, that was really weird that how he did that.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Fast. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty upset the other night. That really hurt my feelings because
I saw you.
One thing I can say is I never lied about why we interrogated who we interrogated. I specifically said there was an issue going on that we had to work out with Raven. We had to work it out with Lauren. And I did say, Darn, I'm glad you're on. I did say that if we got to go with the male, I would like you to talk with Dar because as far as everybody knows, and this is good that everybody's on here, you're not going to find much of a difference in Dar. So people can think it's suspect that he acts the way he does. I personally know that you wouldn't know if Dar was a traitor or he wasn't because he's always locked into who he is. He's not trying to fake, but if you think that you can get something out of him, it's worth a shot. And I wanted to hear it too, to be honest.
I basically had to convince everybody I wasn't a traitor. They probably got like a little hint in the back, but they're not like, I don't know. I think I'm doing good.
If anyone wants to clear anything
like
with me,
30 minutes,
because I've been thinking about this since the fucking like votes and everything, and like just how fucking twisted that was, and I honestly felt like I was gonna be voted out, but I can't pressure you guys enough that if you vote me out, that is a bad choice because I'm with the team of the good people.
For me personally, I try my best to come off as authentic as can be, but it's so funny because once the spotlight is on me, my words get jumbled, I say the wrong things, or I just like make the words so like weirdly fairy tale like or some shit, and it just like somehow can still come off a little bit nervous and not in a good way. But I do think that I've gained the trust of at least Anthony and Jason. I feel like I've always had their trust, and it may have teetered after those encounters, but I feel like I did speak my truth and it was heard.
And I know I fuck up on my words a lot, like even there, like I just say really random words, especially when I get nervous and anxious.
I don't know. I don't know if she wanted an apology from me specifically or just the fact that she brought it up tonight. I was just like, okay, I'll just let her talk about her side of things tonight.
But oh my god, how I need you guys to trust me. I am on your side.
Raven just kind of, I'm not quite sure about the needing for us to believe her. That kind of throws me off a little bit.
I feel like if I were a traitor, I would have been like, yeah, if you don't have to believe me, if you don't want to believe me, because like that would have admitted defeat. But I need you guys to believe me because
I thought you did good in interrogation. So like, I just say the wrong things sometimes. I just say the wrong things, and you wouldn't say. I think I've quietly, probably, mostly internally, been with Lauren and Raven as far as suspects for quite a while. Raven almost from the very beginning, although she's done a great job of convincing others. I struggle with what her reasoning is sometimes because I think I go through a lot of what she does personality-wise.
What was your big plan, Mike?
What was my plan last round?
Yeah, no, for this one, because you said, hey, if you guys, I have something going on and like I have a plan. If y'all vote me safe, so I gave.
Well, I got a very short list of people that I really strongly think are more likely right now to be a traitor, and it's going to be people that essentially the way Ashley talked about people when I spoke with her, I took notes on that chat because I was still very much first day, like super detailed notes. So there's one or two people right now that I'm fairly confident at least one of them is a traitor. And I don't know if you have good notes. You never had a one-on-one with her, so you wouldn't have notes for one-on-one with her. But I don't know if I just want to come out and say it before we even know if there is a murder or what.
The reason that I gave him my safety is because on Monday night, he said, you know what, if you guys if you guys vote me safe, I have a plan and I'll share it with y'all. And so I was interested in his plan. And when I asked him about it, he kind of shut down.
I do appreciate.
Are you going to say it?
I know me and Lauren are like on the edge of our seats. Like I literally am on the edge of my seat.
Are you going to say it or what?
But like, Dar, man?
Dar?
I don't know. Because like,
why? Because he's quiet, or
I talked to both of them one-on-one, right? I've had one-on-ones with both of them, and neither of them ever mentioned the other one as someone to keep an eye out on. But they mentioned quite a few other names in the one-on-ones. I only brought up Dar because I'm more sure on Dar than any other player right now. And I was also sort of playing to my audience in that I'm making an assumption that neither Lori nor Lauren are particularly close to Dar. However, I could see them being close to Anthony. So I just find that a little interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, one is like, all right, is what it is. But two, you know, double the evidence. So
yeah,
I'm not 100% locked in on that. But like, if you had gun to my head, made me vote someone right now, that would be my vote.
Really? I mean, I don't think in any respect that Dar is a traitor right now, but he has been sitting back. But the way that he's sitting back and listening is less suspicious to me than the way that Raven has been sitting back and listening. I definitely,
see him?
I don't know.
And there was one other person whose faces just like were like crestfallen. And like he doesn't, you know, not super expressive, but like,
Yeah.
you know.
And he said he thought Dar was a traitor and one other person, and he would not tell me and Lauren his name.
I almost feel like the facial expressions almost gave me like Dot or Anthony. But yeah, he definitely said he, and then he said something about facial expressions, like when they announced that Ashley was a traitor.
Mike, I heard you talking about people's reactions. I was like really trying to look at everyone's reactions when they said Ashley was out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody's a great actor because I could not, like, everybody reacted.
Yeah.
Everybody looked shocked, you know?
Yeah. Maybe I did television.
It was like a. It was unexpected.
Yeah.
I did not see that one coming. She was middle of the list. Like, I'm not going to say she was at the top of my list, and she wasn't at the bottom of my list either, you know? Dar in mine's chat felt weird to me, and specifically, Ashley never mentioned his name. Dar has never mentioned Ashley's name, even in passing, either way, in any chat that I've ever heard of, secondhand, firsthand, anything. And Dar today only added fuel to the fire, although I think this was after I already said I was like looking at him, but like he did add fuel to the fire when he said, "Oh, I've never had a one-on-one with Ashley." It's like, you sure about that? You sure you haven't had a lot of one-on-ones with her?
I wanted to like dig into everybody else that she didn't seem to have anything against so far.
I didn't even talk to her. Didn't interrogate me.
Was that?
I said I didn't even talk to her. I didn't talk to her.
Yeah, I never really got that much of a chance either.
I had the one-on-one on the first day, and that's when she said she was going after Raven and Jason. Anyways, game's going back on. I hope I'm still here tomorrow. So, y'all, it was nice seeing you, and I'll talk to y'all later, all right? I know that they were both independently spreading out their one-on-ones, from all that I could tell. And it would be really interesting if they just so happened to never talk to each other. I don't buy it.
Struggling with the Drea thing myself because I genuinely felt so attacked the other day. I just haven't been able to recover from that.
She hasn't come tonight, has she?
No,
I haven't seen her.
I think it hurt me so much because her and I got a lot of time together at the end of all of that, and the discussion really went well. The positives were like we felt really good about all three people. I was just hurt by how that whole thing transpired because it was a really good night prior to that.
Yeah, I hear that. I definitely felt attacked, and I got defensive, but.
And now I'm struggling.
Like I said the other day, like I felt like I kind of respected it a bit, you know. Like I felt like she was like really just voicing her opinion, and she just kind of, you know, she's expressive.
Yeah.
Another thing I don't understand is when she was like bringing up like the stuff Mike was saying, and then Mike was saying he didn't say that. So like, was that a lie still?
And that's what I'm saying.
That's where it all like started. Was like not
right,
knowing
it did.
A lie. And then like I confided in Ashley and Lauren, and then Lauren put me on the spot for that because she felt like I didn't like speak up during all of it, and that it started with me.
I'm not fully sure if I'm like for Mike as much as I am for my own people, which is Lauren and Elle.
Like besides, like I know everyone's kind of talking about Mike, and you know I feel like it's an obvious.
He knows a
it's
lot.
like an obvious chance. It's an obvious chance that it's him, right? But outside of him, I'm looking at everybody else, and I'm just like, Lauren's the only person that I haven't been able to be like, yeah, I'm pretty confident that she's not a traitor, you know?
That's how I feel about Lauren and Elle. Like, if you want to talk punches, like, and I'm not saying even Elle as like the quiet person anymore because like you can't negate that.
Hey, only it wasn't me.
But Elle, I feel like hasn't given any like information to the group, maybe. I don't know. And like I've watched her reactions to certain things too. And like I don't know, again, if this is just personality, but they're very minute. They're not reaction. They're not like the same as everyone else's, essentially.
Right. All right.
They're more like I don't want to say the word played because like at this point I don't fucking know, But like, if we're talking like hunches, my hunches have been on Lauren and Elle.
I know we talked about it in the group chats that I was wanting to specifically watch Elle and Lauren for those other reasons that I was a part of and have seen certain interactions with others, especially Ashley, who was a traitor. So I'm gonna let Anthony and others do their picking with Mike and Drea, but I'm definitely gonna be watching the other two that I have suspicion of.
Dar, who do you have your eyes on?
I got my eyes. I got my eyes on probably like Mike now. But I'm not sure.
I got my eyes on Lauren. I ain't sure about that. Oh.
Someone said my name. Oh
just
shit!
Just kidding.
But hey, I'm not,
my name.
me. I'm still looking at everybody, so I'm not sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
Mike knows a lot of information, so I could be wrong. I could be not wrong.
Biggest takeaways is that, man, people do not feel Mike right now. People are very suspicious. People are catching on to little nuances. It's interesting because it seems like a lot of people mistrust Mike for different reasons, just based off of the different things that they've seen. So yeah, I think he's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards Mike, but I don't know because of what Anthony said earlier.
I mean, I think it's obvious he's like the highest. He's like the highest chance of it.
I know people that are not 100% is Jason, and let me see. I don't know about y'all yet. I don't know.
Who knows anything? But Lauren, we were looking at like the people that Ashley hadn't like targeted or whatever, and it was people like, I mean, it was you, Elle, Anthony, and Dar. Really, I didn't hear anything that she said negative about y'all. So do y'all have any I don't want to say like proof, but it's like, okay, well, like based off of you seen the actions that I've made, you should know that I'm not a traitor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all have anything like that?
I've been trying to figure out for like a minute now. Like same with what's the name of Moncio, and I've been trying to get information from everybody. So I've been doing one-on-ones with everybody. I didn't do any of y'all yet. I've been doing one-on-one with everybody and get everybody's opinion and everything. So like it's leading to nothing, but at the same time, I got my eyes on Drea and Mike right now.
Well, I think I've been pretty honest with everyone since the beginning. I've answered every question in my one-on-ones or in my interrogation. But yeah, I think I've been pretty straightforward, and I'm not a traitor.
Wait, you got interrogated too?
Yeah, Jason and Drea interrogated me because they were basically asking me to clear up like the whole Elle situation. And me and Elle had already spoken one-on-one, and it was just like a big miscommunication, and like I didn't have any hard feelings about it, so they just kind of wanted to clear that up with me.
I feel like a lot of us so far have been able to prove, at least somewhat, that we're not a traitor based off of like who have I been honest about, who have I like, whatever, right? People have been able to kind of prove that they haven't like worked with Ashley in any type of way, but Ashley hasn't said anything negative about a few people, about Lauren, Elle, Anthony, and Dar. So I had a chance to talk to Dar and Lauren, really just act like, hey, do you guys have any type of way that you can prove that you weren't working with Ashley? Like, is there anything that you can disprove or whatever? And neither of them really had an answer.
All right, so I was talking to Dot, Raven, and Lauren. And Raven have a suspicion towards Elle. That's where we're going so far, but I don't know.
That's
and
the
I was
first I've heard
thinking, I have my suspicion on Mike now because with the whole thing with Drea, you know what I'm saying? But why would he like lie? You know what I'm saying?
I know. I really wanted that time with Dar because I felt like whether it was in a moment of anger, a moment of suspect, or whatever it was that Drea was going through the other night, I thought that she pushed really hard to make it sound like I wanted us to interrogate Dar because I wanted Dar to be, or I believed that Dar was a traitor. I can't say that I fully do, or I don't think. It's impossible for me to say that I think Dar is 100% a faithful and there's no chance he would ever trade. But I stick with what I said. Dar is almost unreadable, and I love that about him. It makes him a great player and so much fun to be around. Sometimes I'm not even convinced that we're as good of friends as I like to believe that we are. That's where I'm struggling too. But for me, it was just weird. Like, dude, it just flipped so quick. Like, there was no chance. No matter, Drea did a good thing for me at the end by admitting that about Ashley. Yeah. But subconsciously, there was no way I could forgive her in that moment for like basically attacking me and throwing me under the bus about private conversations and all that we were supposed to have had about what we found out. What, like, I was so hurt by that. There's no way 2 seconds later I could be like, oh my God, I've done a 180-degree change on you. You're definitely not a traitor. I didn't understand that move at all. But like I said, I thought if anything, it kind of made it like, okay, well, wait a minute. If you're saying that you guys are good again now, well, who's the bad one? Me? Because now you guys are both mad at me. You know what I mean? Like,
I never really understood like the last vote, because like I don't know if it was Drea or Mike, because it was just going at it. You know what I'm saying?
I shouldn't vote with my personal feelings, but at the same time, in a moment, like I was almost thankful that the vote ended the way that it did, because I was just so hurt and upset with Drea in that moment. It was Drea 100% for me, and I'll tell her that.
Yeah, that's how it was for me, because I didn't, you know.
It was just too much chaos, and all of a sudden you want to say all this right before a vote. Like, that was crazy.
The only thing that gave it away, because when y'all was interrogating me, she said that, you know, somebody said that I was like in the back spying, and I said in the group, she said it was Mike, and Mike said he didn't say that. So I was like, okay, she lied.
Well, and again, to go back to why you were interrogated, that whole thing came up from the idea that I said, you're not going to get anything out of Dar, and you can't judge whether or not. But Drea, I would love for you to see if you think I'm wrong on Dar, because if there's something more there, I've never seen it. Dar is just Dar, man. That's the way he is. That doesn't mean he is or he isn't. Dar's just good, man. Like, he's not going to show his cards either way, one way or the other.
I just want to know what happens if we win. That's it.
I know, and same with me. Like, I want to play the game. I don't want to be murdered just because somebody got mad at me. Exactly. So I don't want to take somebody else out just because I was mad at them.
Hey, Jason, I'm sorry, man. I don't think Jason he don't even think I'm a traitor. Like, he has no clue. I'm sorry I'm doing this, Jason. I'm gonna have to get you out too, Jason, one time. But I'm saying, if it was my guess, like, just like for the traitors, I think it's like one more hidden in that whole little group.
I think there's a mainstream one, like, oh my God, yeah, that was huge. But then there's also one like, oh, I would have never thought.
That'd be crazy, bro. Because he knows a lot of information, but I don't know, man.
But that whole thing the other day just let me believe, like, okay, I don't want to bet that there's no chance I want to vote this way for this reason, no chance I want to vote this way, but I also can't exclude either one.
Yeah.
Can't say, well, that proved to me that it's not them, 100%.
I want to talk to Dre again.
So I'm still undetermined on Dar. He's not somebody I'm shooting for or absolutely would want gone if he is a traitor, but he's certainly still on my mind as somebody I can't eliminate for any other reason than my personal feelings of him just being a great guy.
And yeah, with the Dre and Mike thing, I think it's just like those four are the ones that I'm just going to definitely be more careful with what I share.
Yeah, and I have a ton of trust in Anthony, and I really think he's in this for the game itself. And he seems to be very adamant that something happened the other night, and that was a big sign for us. So I don't want to take away from him, but I'm on the same with you. What about those still under the radar ones that keep coming up with things? Tonight was really the first time I've heard much of L. Speak of the devil. Now I can't get off because it'll look like I was talking bad about you and I was talking good about you.
All good things.
I would like to quote what I just said since you popped up. What was that, a Nick move or what? He's like, hey, get him on there. No, hey, sure. My exact words were, I truly have faith in you and I believe that you're playing this for the right reasons. And so I have to believe that what you're saying is onto something because you've been on point.
I'm 100% on board with Lauren and Mike. Let me tell you why I think about Mike. I think you weren't part of it, but during the last chat, Mike was just like, he was 100% going for Drea, gung-ho going for Drea. And Drea was only saying facts. She was saying everything based on her experience and what she had heard and also experienced for herself. And then as soon as we found out that Ashley was a traitor, he immediately switched that. No, keep that same energy, brother. So like that was one thing. And then at the end of after we were about to hang up, he was like, yeah, can you guys make sure I'm safe going into the next elimination? That again was a red flag to me. Now let's fast forward to earlier tonight. As soon as we started the conversation, the first thing Lauren said was like, oh my God, I'm 100% on board with Mike. He's so loyal, everything. But as soon as I started giving her I was like, hey, listen, this is exactly what she said. She's like, wow, you know what? Yeah, Mike is 100%. It's definitely Mike.
What I've become very concerned with Mike is that he has so many different ways and so many different movements going on with each and every person that it stands out as flaky to some and fantastic to others. And it's great to keep attention off of him at times, but then other times it's impossible to deflect that attention. And at times it's found its way to me. It involves me through different associations. My name keeps popping up. So it becomes a concern with me that I'm affiliated somehow in some way in some of these plans that Mike has come up with.
I can only drop information and see exactly who's reacting to it in like real time. And it's like, I'm just picking up on behaviors, brother.
And I do the same. So I'm gonna be honest with you about something. And for one, I'm with you with it, whichever way you decide to go on that. I'll say very quickly, the Mike thing I'm fine with. That put me in a really weird situation the other day when he flipped like that, because it made it look like I'm the only one that doesn't agree. So that changed my opinion. The Lauren thing, my thing with her is she just keeps coming up over and over in all kinds of stuff. And so I don't think letting go of her right now is going to be a bad thing, even if that results in keeping somebody along longer than what we want. But if we can come to a consensus, I'm fine either way with that, because now it's officially been on my mind. But anyway, about reading people, I wanted to talk to you one-on-one, and this worked out great, because when you went in the other day when I was upset and all worked up, and you were like, I'm just going based on somebody's behavior right now, and I don't care what you guys think. This is the way I feel, this way I go. Dude, I spent that whole night convinced that you were mad at me that I got upset about the Drea thing. And I was like, this dude just went from thinking I was as nice as him to thinking I'm an asshole, and really I was just worked up. I was so just mentally upset that she came at me like that, and I was like, dude, I think I pissed Anthony off. He's gonna vote me out just because I wasn't who he thought I was. And it was just genuine emotion, like, what, she's turning on me? I was about to turn on Mike for her, and she's turning on me. Like, that was crazy.
I really do like that guy. If Jason, I'm saying this now, if Jason is a traitor, I'm leaving the game. I'm 100% saying I quit.
How you feeling? Right.
I'm feeling pretty good. Dot was questioning me a little bit there, but I feel fine. I'm all right.
Yeah. Lauren, I'm a straight shooter. I just told Jason I think you're a traitor. I don't play games, and let me tell you, because I don't want it to ever get back like, hey, I heard this. I want you to know exactly where it's coming from.
Yeah, I was shocked. I actually thought that Anthony and I were on the same page with things, but I guess not. But yeah, I was actually shocked to hear him come out and straight up say I think you're a traitor.
Here's the exact reason why I think you're a traitor. And I could be wrong. Like I just said to Jason, listen, when we're in this game, you can only go based off of, I guess, body language, right? So here's the thing. We can't really tell because you're not face to face. However, prior to me saying Mike's name, you were all on board with Mike. Then as soon as I dropped Mike's name, you immediately switched to that. So my thing is it's either you're protecting Mike, you have an alliance with Mike, or you just you just honestly believe exactly what I just said. So for that reason, I just told Jason that. Now, again, it didn't impact Jason's opinion. Jason was the first to say, no, she's 100% cool, she's straight. But again, I'm telling you this because I'm a straight shooter, and I never want you to hear something about what I said, because I'm always going to come straight to your face and say it. That's how I am.
I appreciate your input. There's no hard feelings. I am a faithful, but that's okay. It's my first time playing. I know you're gonna laugh at me, Anthony. You'd be laughing at shit. But yeah, I'm a faithful. I don't know what you thought I was saying earlier about Mike. Like when you brought that up about Mike, I was like, oh yeah, that was true, because what you said about. Yep, go ahead. Yep. What you did say about him earlier was true. I just didn't really take that into consideration.
And then, I had to call out Lauren as well, And like I said, I hate that, I heard it from this person, you heard it from Lauren, then Lauren heard it from Dot. I was like, no, let me just tell you exactly who it's coming from. So, I wish Mike would have been in the room. I would have said it again. But yeah, I think in order for me to protect my image, I need to be as forthcoming, as forthright as possible. So that means letting everybody know that I am not afraid to say my opinion in this game. But here's the thing. Look at Ashley. Ashley, the reason I started thinking about Mike even more is because Ashley was taking notes. She was detailed. She would go
oh, she was, yeah. She would show us, yeah.
She's so good. So my thing is I don't think that the other traitor is taking notes. I think that, like, obviously they were talking to each other, right? So they had to kind of balance off their behaviors, right? So if she was taking notes, I don't think the other traitor is taking notes. I think the other traitor is the one that's giving all the information. So that way you have a balance. You have one that's taking all the notes. Look, see, I'm taking all the notes. So for me, that automatically crosses out Lori. Lori takes an extreme amount of notes, right?
Well, what's in here, Anthony? Let's find out. Let's find out. I got 5 pages.
I know, Lauren. I'm sorry. Fuck. God.
I just know my confessional is going to be like, so how do you feel about Anthony? I'm going to be like, well, he fucking came out of left field, but that's okay. I definitely want to hear more from Lori and Elle, because I still haven't heard much from them. And I also want to hear more from Dar, just because it's kind of like, we don't really have too many names from you guys. So I definitely want to hear more from Elle and Dar. Plus, I also don't know who you are suspicious of, which I would like to kind of get into.
I am suspicious of Drea.
Okay.
And Mike, did you guys see? Did he reveal this big old plan that he asked for? There you go, do it up.
No, he doesn't have to plan. He doesn't have a plan. So me, Lori, and Mike were in a 3-way chat just like earlier when people weren't there, and he was like, Lori put him on the spot, and she said, what was your big plan that you never revealed to everyone? And he was like, well, I'll just tell you, I'm suspicious of who did he say was Dar? That's all he said. He didn't say a fucking plan. He just said he's suspicious of Dar. I'm not surprised that people are suspicious with Mike. Mike has been, like I said in the group chat, like back and forth with me.
Yeah, I thought I really figured it out. Like, I clocked the case, baby.
Hi, Drea. How are you? Well, I'm glad to see you. But I didn't get a chance to really think to myself, like, she just helped me by reminding everybody that Ashley was in on me from the beginning.
Yeah, she'll make sure that's faithful.
Regardless whether I was hurt or I was upset or not, I don't even like the way that I came at you during that period of time, so I want to apologize. I didn't like how I acted during that period of time. I was genuinely hurt by how fast she came out and I walked into a conversation. Nobody ever wants to walk into a feeling that 6 or 7 people are listening to one person talking about you specifically. And it was almost immediate that I was at least involved in the group of 4 she was talking about. But I also know that Drea speaks off the cuff just the same way that I do sometimes. And I've said multiple times, it would be hypocritical of me to judge somebody too much for doing some of the exact same characteristics that I have and saying things that I do.
I feel like you apologize to me enough. Let me say sorry, because I'm really like, I thought when I have an opinion, I feel like I'm a little bit of a know-it-all. Sometimes I'm just a little too passionate with what I say and what I do, and it can come off really, really bitchy sometimes. I'm just a passionate person. And I really, really want to say I'm sorry, especially to you before anyone else, Jason, because you're so genuine and sweet, and we were so like,
for sure,
our energies matched.
Yes,
so
and I appreciate it. And that's why I thought, like, I wish that there would have been something like that. We had talked about it before it was in front of the whole group, because I could have at least explained a little better. But you know, it is what it is.
I'm good with Jason. Me and Jason are good. I really felt bad for how I made him feel last time. Like, Jason is like an older brother that's super overprotective. You know, he's just very passionate about getting out his feelings and stuff. So I'm still rocking with Jason. We're at a better place right now. But as far as not being a traitor or being a traitor, like I said, everybody is still up for grabs.
Now we sit on something. Let's move past that, and let's at least be able to talk to one another if something comes up. I'm happy to go with it.
Hopefully, you know, we got 2 big brains. We can figure out a traitor that's gonna bring us closer together.
For sure.
That's what we need to be doing right now.
But am I chopped liver? No. I love you guys too, man.
I love you too, Lori.
Hey, Lori, I told you.
I'm messing with you. I'm totally messing with you. I actually did give my safe vote. And it was him, Lauren, and myself. Mm-hmm. And I did not get any major plan of any strategy or anything revealed. So I think that I was played on that.
By who, Lori?
By Mike.
Okay.
When, like, right before he left me, he's like, I have a plan, you guys. So if you guys want to vote me safe, like, I'll reveal it during the next time. It was just him, me, and Lauren. And he was, like, really guarded about, like, this whole thing. And he did not share any big plan. There
Maybe
was no
he's
plan.
just, like, scared to share it. You know?
But the big thing is, if we're all on the same
That's
side
kinda
here and trying to figure out the same thing,
Yeah,
let's
that's
share
good.
any and everything we can.
Yeah.
They're still very much after Mike and thinking Mike is suspicious.
I don't know, but I was wrong that whole day. And also to you too, Elle, I didn't want you to get offended from me describing you by bangs. I'm so sorry. If somebody ever described me by ginger hair, I'm horrible. Y'all probably saw me. I'm horrible with names.
It's okay.
My memory
All
goes
right.
out of my head. They're not ugly bangs. Like, I would make a wig that looks just like that, actually. I love your bang. I get so, like, confident with what I think. I really just want to just, like, take everyone's thoughts into consideration now, because I don't know, like, everything, that whole thing turned everything left for me. So I'm really just trying to figure out, you know, it all before I'm too confident in what I think.
But you guys are thinking more and more that it's Mike? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning that way. I feel kind of played this evening. I think Mike could be a traitor. Drea, I'm not too sure about. Kind of testing the waters there with her. I gave you my safety vote.
Yep.
Based on the plan that you openly said to everybody that you were going to share it.
Exactly.
There was only 3 of us in there, me, Mike, and Lauren, and no big plan was revealed. And so, like I said, I feel like I kind of was a little bit played by Mike. So
tonight I found out that Mike didn't do what he said he was gonna do. I know I don't know what it is between me and Mike. Like, I like him, then I don't like him, then I don't. Like, he literally said, I voted him safe because he said he was going to, for the betterment of the team, let everybody in on what he was doing. And I found out that he didn't. He could just be being cautious of his information, but it's just kind of weird to me. I don't know.
he said he had 2 people in mind. Dar was one, and then he never told us the other one.
Yeah. He's on Dar. Like,
yeah, he's all over Dar.
He's very much all over Dar. But Dar don't give me that though.
He doesn't, because Dar was the first one, like one of the first ones to tell me, "Hey, Lori, your name's out there," and I'm like, "What? Why?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's quiet, but he like sits back and just kind of
observes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was very apologetic when I found out that Ashley was a traitor. So I wanted to, show that. But he didn't do what he said. So, I'm just letting people be who they is and just going with it, because he's just, I don't know. I'm in the middle with him, but he, as a traitor, he's still quite high on my list. I don't know, y'all. I'm just, at this point, I'm really trying to see what everybody else thinks and be a team player. Because last time when I thought I was figuring it out by myself, it ended horribly because one of the traitors was manipulating me. So, because she was my what do you call it?
Alliance.
Yeah. She was my alliance from the first day. So, I don't know. I think I probably told her too much. That if she was a traitor, she would be going back and telling the other traitors, "Hey, don't do that," because Drea. So Mike, what did he do today? He didn't share anything.
He just said, "Excuse me." He said he thought it was Dar, and then one other person whose reactions that he read on, how did he say it? Shit, I smoked too much too. Hold on, let me look. Oh yeah, he said Dar, and then he said one other person, and he's always like, I guess when they revealed that Ashley was the traitor, that he watched his expressions and his like body language, I guess.
And it told him he was.
And it told him that he was that, but he never said.
Everybody was shocked. How could you sit there and look at everybody's body language
reaction. I think if we were to think if Mike was a traitor, it would make sense as to why when I call him out, he wanted to get super offensive. You saw him how offensive he got when I call him out, and then as soon as a traitor is revealed, of course he would try to pivot off of him because y'all heard, y'all heard him say he thought he was going to get voted off.
I'm kind of hoping that Lori and Lauren didn't come back in and like start spreading that I was targeting Dar, because if Dar is indeed a traitor and they didn't make their murder decision already, it could be it for me.
Hello.
What's good, bro? Plot twist. Whole plot twist. Ashley messes up. Bad. They're on to us.
Doing so well. You think they're onto us?
No, they are.
They are? Who'd you talk to?
I talked to Dot. I talked to Raven. I talked to Jason. I talked to Mike and Anthony. And yeah, they're on because what they did, they added everybody up that Ashley was targeting, and the only people that she wasn't was me. It was me, you, and Lauren.
So Dar told me that him and I appear to be suspicious because apparently Ashley didn't say anything about it. It's either negative or positive. So they're looking at us being the only two that she never mentioned, which is really kind of screwed up our game. So we've got to do some damage control.
But yeah, they're on to you. They're talking about how like you like suspicious. Everybody was talking about it. So like we got.
Who threw my name under the bus? I was just talking to Lori and Raven.
Yeah, Raven. And she was like, "Oh, I find Elle suspicious." And Jason was like, "Oh, I find not Jason. What's the name? Dot and what's the other girl?" They say they find Lauren suspicious. So like, yeah, they're on to us, and it was like how like me, you, and Lauren are not mentioned to Ashley.
So I think he's going to tell us that we have to ask someone to be a traitor or vote somebody out.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they can deny that, right?
If they deny it, we're screwed.
Yeah. So like,
I was in a chat with Lori and Drea, and they are all over Mike. They are.
Yeah, they are. So if you want to vote someone out, anybody besides Mike and besides Drea, because they're going to get voted out because they're on to Mike and Drea. I think.
Who do you think?
I think Raven. We should vote out Raven.
But did Raven say my name?
Yeah, she said your name.
She said, did anybody not say my name?
Well, I think Anthony didn't say your name. Mike didn't say your name, or Drea. Wait, tonight.
I think they'd all say no. With Ashley leaving it really threw us through a loop, and I don't think there's anybody that would have accepted being a traitor.
Yeah, they're gonna say no because they're all like, I was talking to them and they're all like on that, like they're trying to find somebody. I just didn't want to risk it, and then like we'll be, it's a waste of a murder, I guess. Get rid of Raven only because if we get rid of Lauren, it's gonna make you look suspicious.
I want to keep the whole Raven and Lauren thing going.
Or actually, matter of fact, I think we should get rid of Dot.
You think Dot?
Yeah, I want to keep Anthony because Anthony kind of cool.
Anthony is cool.
Yeah, Anthony cool. I think we should get rid of Dot. Or do you want to get rid of like just Drea?
I was thinking if we got rid of Drea, they would think it was Mike.
Yeah, but hey, I was trying to tell you. So you should be like, if you're ever talking to someone, be like, maybe mention my name and I'm gonna try to mention your name because if you get
I did with Lori and Drea, and neither one of them. Lori will never think you are because of what you said about her name being brought up to Amancio. She's like, Dar is loyal.
That's how Jason is towards me. So like, I was thinking like, if you say my name and I say your name, at one point, if one of us get voted out, then we won't be suspicious like the last person.
Right.
So I think we should vote someone out, and I think it should be Dot or Raven.
Dot or Raven? Hey, Mike.
All right, we're early this time. Usually
Yeah.
we come in later. Whew.
I had a long drive today. I rushed home to do this, and I couldn't believe I was the first one here.
And you're the first one here, yeah. Well, for what it's worth, before everybody gets in here, I have a strong feeling that we're going to see a recruitment as opposed to a murder. But let's see, maybe someone is dead.
Interesting.
Hey, Anthony, how are you?
Good. How both of you?
Good.
Not too bad.
Good to know.
Yep.
We're alive. Hey, Raven.
Hey, Raven.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm good. I was told I did my confession today, and I was told that what is it today? We're being shown something, or fuck. This is what I have a problem with his words.
We have this
results.
chat results.
It's a results chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super nervous because it's always like right when you find out who got off, and then everyone starts to wonder who was targeting them, who was talking about them most, who like had some beef with them. So it always makes me a little nervous.
Yeah.
And if nobody was murdered, it's possible either somebody was safe, right?
Yeah.
Or they recruited one of us.
Yes.
So someone could have been unalived. Is that what you're saying?
Unalived, yeah.
I don't know.
Unalived, off, or recruited. I don't know which one's worse actually, because that means that there's two of you.
Recruited is way worse. If we went from having one presumably traitor to having presumably two. Although I do believe someone who is recruited could say no. I think 99% of us probably would say yes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fucking Ashley had us all, so I mean.
Yeah, you're really good like Ashley.
yeah. Ashley did.
Oh, that still got me. I'm still
Morning.
offended by that.
What's up? Who do you guys think it's gonna be?
I don't know. Like we're all like anxious about it now.
I don't know.
Truthfully, I think it's more likely that it's nobody and that they recruited somebody. To be honest with you, because if no one dies, I'm just gonna assume it's a recruitment instead of a successful save. That's just personally me.
I wonder if he'll tell
What's
us
going on here?
if it was a save or recruitment.
We're trying to figure out if someone got voted off or if someone's actually been recruited.
I wonder why he does that, to make us speculate who's coming next.
It's drama. We get to sit here.
So we don't know anything.
Speculate.
Wait.
Oh shit.
Wait.
My time's 6:20, by the way. Does everyone
know?
What's up, Lori?
Hey guys.
What's up, Laura?
There's Lori.
How are you?
Hello, Lori and notes.
So we might have a new traitor among us tonight.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Nobody.
So who we got missing here? Yeah,
Drea,
no kidding.
Dot, and Dar, right?
Drea, Dot, and Dar.
Drea,
Dot, and Dar.
The 3 Ds.
All these.
So when these other two people come in,
Got a
how long
feeling
do we
we're gonna-
wait to know that the third one's not coming? Or is Nick gonna tell us?
I imagine the last three will probably
Nick
come in
likes
at the same time.
suspense, so I don't.
Right. Anthony, do you have any idea who we're gonna interrogate? Do you have an idea?
Wait, are you guys the interrogators?
Who's the
Oh, am I
interrogator?
not supposed to say that? I'm sorry.
That's why I wasn't even saying anything.
My bad.
Ooh, she just threw you under the bus.
Come on,
She's a
Lori.
traitor.
I'm sorry.
She threw your ass under the bus.
It's okay. I'm driving it.
Is that why you have the talent on?
Oh, it says Dot with the last
Oh,
name.
Holy
boy.
shit! Wait, I was suspect of him.
Well, Dad, I hate to do this to you. I have bad news.
No way. No. What? No way.
Yes, unfortunately.
No way. No way.
Yes, they have decided to off you tonight.
Damn.
You did not have enough votes to save. You did have one, but that was not enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we have to do that. 'Cause I think Raven might be safe.
Okay.
That's what you're talking about with Mike. So I think Raven might be safe.
I think we should do Dot. I agree.
Dang, Doc. I'm sorry to do it to you, man. Oh, man. I feel like he finds me a little bit suspicious. Just a little bit. Had to get him going. All right, so hopefully Dot leaves. If he does leave, then yeah, it's gonna get real crazy because they gonna be like, dang, who did it? Wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think Dot was the one because I think it would be easy. I don't think anybody is voting him safe. I originally thought Drea, but we really need to save that drama for the round table when we vote.
What the? I never thought this could happen. I'm really getting damn. So that's it, huh? I'm done. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was fun, man. Yeah, let me know about the next one, man. Of course, like whenever it's coming out.
But that's sad, you know. I mean, Dot. I mean, he wasn't a traitor, but I'm definitely gonna miss his interaction with the group, especially his eye that he leaned into the camera. So I'm gonna miss the guy.
I was suspect of him a little bit because I didn't really talk to him a lot, and he talked a lot.
He came at you quite a bit yet the last couple days. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, did you see it said traitors? It said traitors. The traitors off. Dot. So
this is true. Maybe there are
Oh, then that means there's more than
true.
one.
Yo, okay. Now we get.
Wait, who was he on to? Like really hard.
I don't know where the other players are.
Thanks, Nick.
I think we already knew that, but thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
Look at this dynamics right now. So Miss Drea's relatively late all the time, even if she does show up. I mean, it's. I'm just going based off of what we've seen in the past. So technically, only person we're missing right now is Dar. I know he has a lot of things that are going on. I think before he said he had like a modeling thing. So I'm just going based off of statistics. I got a B+ in that class. Pretty good with that. Also Asian as well. So I'm going to
Well, I'll say this. Because I'll say it to his face because there's a vote between now and the next murder.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious of Dar. And I'll share all of my reasonings as time goes on.
Yeah.
But like last round was not suspicious of him at all, but with the Ashley information coming forward, like right now he's at the top of my list. And what little evidence I have on him, because again he is quiet, it all points to him being a traitor.
Yeah, so Dot was voted off. Or offed in general. Not voted off. He was offed by the traitors.
You said Dot?
Yeah, Dot. Although I have to make you aware that Mike is definitely suspicious of you.
What did I do? Come on.
I guess it's what you didn't do. I don't know if this is even wrong for me to share. I don't know.
Nah,
this might
cool,
be me
cool.
opening my mouth, but again, first off, I have no suspicions of you, is my thing. His was more so off of what you didn't do, which was, I guess you never had interactions with Ashley and one-on-ones and stuff, so it didn't like.
I was literally going to talk to Dot. I was going to talk to you and Dot, and then who else? I haven't talked to Elle or Lauren yet.
Right. Yeah, I'm even having a conversation with Elle, which is more of who my suspicions are on. I haven't had a one-on-one with you yet.
No,
you haven't. Yeah, so what are your feelings with all of this going on? Like with, well, mainly I guess with Mike being suspicious of Dar.
I don't know. In the chat with Lori and Drea, they were still pretty much on board thinking that Mike was a traitor. That's what was coming from them. And I'm just trying to listen because I don't know. But with Mike being suspicious of Dar, and then I try to think of how Ashley and Dar, what that dynamic would be, because she was pretty extroverted, right? And he's like really introverted, and I'm trying to think how would that dynamic work? I don't know. I don't know if Mike is doing that to take the heat off of him. I'd like to hear other people's opinion on Dar, not just his, because he did that with Drea too.
Yeah, for me personally, like I've had a lot of trust in Dar. Like I think in the beginning, yeah, like the quiet ones are the suspicious ones, but then we obviously got got some reality checked, and that's not the case. So then I was just like, okay, I don't know if that like makes it more so like if I should watch for Mike, because I feel like Mike and Drea are at the top of everyone's like to watch list right now.
So, what do you think of all this hoopla?
Hoopla is the right word to use. I'm so for me personally, I have more suspicions and eyes watching Elle and Lauren. Only for the fact that like I think I might be going off of like just because Ashley's never talked about them or and like never like had her suspicions on them. Mike is going for Dar or had suspicions of Dar and shared that. I don't think Dar is a traitor.
I don't either. I don't think Dar is a traitor either.
So like I understand that a lot of other people have their eyes on Drea and Mike, and for good reasons.
So the other night when you said if y'all vote me safe, I got a plan. Was there a reason you didn't share that plan? And may I ask, what is that plan?
Yeah, it was just that I really am like almost entirely convinced that Dar's like a traitor. And like I didn't think I had time to explain my reasoning right there.
Yeah.
And if I said that and I was right, he probably would have murdered me and I'd probably be dead.
Right. Totally true.
So-
Totally. I feel you on that. It was just me, you, and Lauren in there in the chat at that time though. But yeah, I gave you my safety vote and then I was waiting for this big plan to be revealed. And then it was just me, you, and Lauren. And all you said was Dar and one other person, and his facial expressions change.
Okay, so that other person, and I didn't feel comfortable sharing this in front of everybody, especially because he was there. I'll share it with you because I trust you. Is I also kind of got Anthony. I don't know how you feel about Anthony, but he looked crestfallen. Like he looked like he had just been given really, really bad news. If there is truth to the theory that one of the returning players is a traitor at this point, especially with Dot dead, it makes the most sense to me that it would be Dar.
Where were you at earlier?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I was talking to Raven. I was like, dang man, I got busy.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, she caught me up on everything that happened. And
What'd she tell you?
she was telling me how like Mike thinks I'm suspicious now because I didn't show up.
She told you that.
Come on, now, go
Yo, she
ahead.
told you that.
Go ahead and interrogate. Everybody interrogate me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
nothing
no,
to
I
hide.
get it. I think you're definitely going to be interrogated, though. I'll say that much for
Yeah, go
sure.
ahead. Hey, they can interrogate me all
I
they
think
want.
they're going to interrogate me and you, to be honest.
Why you?
Because Anthony, like, I thought me and Anthony were like on the same page, but I don't know. He said he's suspect of me. It like shocked me. I didn't see it coming out of nowhere. And he's one of the, and I had just voted for him to stay safe, and I had just voted for him to be an interrogator. So I think he's gonna interrogate me.
I don't not understand this game. Dre's still in the game, but between her and Mike, I was thinking like it could be one, but I'm not sure. So now I have to talk to Mike because he thinks I'm suspicious because I didn't show up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely need to talk to Mike. He said he was gonna like put it out there at the next vote, but like I don't think that's till Thursday. So you might want to talk to him tomorrow if you can.
No, I am. I'm probably gonna talk to him in a big group chat. I don't know. I'll just talk to everybody on the chat, but hopefully we can get either Mike or Dre out. But I don't think everybody's going to choose Mike.
One thing when I was learning with Lori and Drea when I was talking to them, now Mike is high on Lori's list because she feels like Mike played her.
Yeah.
Saying that he was going to share information and didn't. I didn't witness that, so I don't know what happened there.
So
but
Mike's
they
definitely come up quite a bit.
I know. And then they told me to watch people's reactions when they have their results. Like
Yeah, I don't like that part.
And I haven't been doing that. I haven't been watching people. I've just been reacting. So tonight I kind of sat back and kind of watched.
Yeah.
Did you catch a couple? I hate to hyper focus on Lauren, but did you catch a couple things from her tonight? Like when she put her eye up on the, like, you know how Dot would put his eye?
Yeah.
He did that right before the reveal.
Really?
Did you catch that?
No.
And then she said, well, when did the last two show up? And there was 3 that were supposed to show up. So did she?
For sure.
know
that part I did catch. That part I did catch.
Did she know that there was a murder and that they didn't recruit somebody? That just seemed really odd to me. That was a really good guess. Well, well, not everybody, but Mike's brought up Dar. But Mike brought up Drea, so I'm trying to think what is the reasoning. I know he said he was going to share, and maybe he will. I don't have another one-on-one with him.
Yeah, let's hope, because I know his name is going around a lot, and so that will help if it's a situation where he can definitely say, like, you can exclude me from whatever's been being talked about, and this is why I think it could be Dar.
Dar said he was going to vote for Drea. I'm probably going to vote for Drea. And I think everybody are kind of gang up on Mike. I think Mike probably will go home.
Before I found out that Dot was eliminated, I was like, hey man, I think we're making some treadway. I'm gonna partner up with like Dot and try to figure out some things. I don't know, man. Like I am just like, how do you feel about our group's progress so far? Do you feel like we're even going in the right direction?
Yeah, I do. The problem is that nobody's standing up to say like, this is 100% what it is. Like, you were right to say that we can't just go after people because they're quiet. Yeah. We can't go after people just because they're loud. I get that. But certain names just keep popping up in things. Lauren being one of them. Yep. I know L comes up a lot right now. I've never had a personal thought on L. And then now Dar's popping up, and it's like once we get focused on something, like, okay, that's it, we're just gonna go with that. So that part I don't like. It's like, oh, once we target this person, we just stop losing every thought about everything else. And I was guilty of it the other night with Drea. I was just pinpointing on how she affected me. So it was like, it's Drea. It's got to be Drea right now. With Mike, when you told the whole group that it was Mike no matter what. Has he swayed you the other way now?
I mean, like, so here's the thing. No. I mean, yes and no. Here's the thing. Like, Mike, again, he did the same thing he did with our first vote, you know? He kind of like dropped this information against Dar, and he's like, hey, listen, I'm just going to put this out there. This is how I feel about him. And I feel like he does that every single time. It's like he dropped this information, then he's like, but I want you guys to know, I don't want this to impact your opinion. It's just mine. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
then says, and I'm going to give the whole group a big surprise here at the end, or I'm going to tell you guys all about it. It's like, when is then? Like, let's have it now, because his name's all over the place right now. Like, give us whatever it is that you're getting at. To be honest, you and Drea definitely opened my eyes to things. I was probably, and I had to tell Drea that, like, when she wanted to interrogate Mike so much, it's not that I'm aligned with Mike or working with him. It's that I didn't want to believe that it's that obvious, and he's giving us all this information. I think the biggest thing is I keep going back to the Mike and Drea situation. I'm so all over the place within my own self, and it seems like it started to become a subject of concern for everybody. And now it seems like there is a team Mike and a team Drea, and then there's also a mix of Lauren and Raven. We have to have a consensus tomorrow, because if not, somebody's going to go that probably isn't, just based on personal things. Like, I think Lauren's going to vote for L, and L's going to vote for Lauren. I think Drea's probably going to vote for Mike, and there's a good chance Mike's going to vote for Dar. But Mike may also go Drea. You know, like, I don't know, because he switched so fast on Drea. I don't know, but I do know I don't want us to be doing the switching all the time. But somehow Drea and Mike, especially when they're alone or within a smaller group, keep coming back to one another. For whatever the reasoning is, they always find their way back to each other. Even in a moment of kind of forgiveness and let's get past what happened the other day, Drea found a way to come right back to Mike. And so I have a thought that she's way off, and maybe she's trying to keep the attention off her. And then I have a thought that maybe she's opened my eyes to something I kept them blinded this entire time. I'm standing by what you decide, to be honest. I believe you are safe. You're not just interrogator. I do believe you're safe too in this round. And I think that people have enough trust in you, including me, that we're going to go with what you think, whether it's right or wrong. You've put it out there that this is why I think it is. You've never been up in the air all over the place. This is what stood out. This is the reason. And that's why I'm for sure going with you. But there's a good chance this is the last chance we get to talk before vote. So especially with you interrogating, we have to figure something out so that you can make that, this is what we're going with this round.
I'm only going to allow him to leverage as much as I allow him to, meaning that, like, I still have my eye on Jason as well. So, you know, he got pretty defensive when Drea came for him. So I don't know. My eye right now is on Mike and Jason. So the key is to manipulate both of them to saying something so I can get it on record. I am really leaning towards Mike. I am not leaning towards Dar at the moment. I'm going based off of not leaning towards Dar because of what you just said. Like, this is just him on a regular basis. So if that's him on a regular basis, then I'm going to take your word for it. I'm looking at Mike. I'm going to be like straightforward with you. Like, I've always been on me personally voting only for Mike. And again, he sealed that again tonight. I'm not sure if you remember, but our first vote, he put his information out there as far as who he wanted to vote for. And he just, like, even though we said we don't want to vote for quiet people, it was like he drops his information and then he just kind of like steps back. But he's already kind of like, you know, he already threw his information out there and he's like, I don't want to influence anyone's decision. However, this is going to be my vote. So now it's like we're down to, and he always does it when we're at the halfway more, when we have like a little bit less than 2 minutes left in the chat. And he just like, well, that's like in our minds of like, oh, you know, maybe Dar is actually the person.
I think we should interrogate Lauren. I don't know. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
I only want one person. So you give me your top two and I just want Mike. I need Mike because I am going to be locked and fucking loaded on this guy. And
I knew you were going to say that. I so knew you were going to say that. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's the person I want. And I'm gonna.
So now we just got to figure out one more person because I'm like,
You, 100%.
What about Al?
Yeah. It's so tricky right now because it's just honestly is just trying to remember what everyone said, what didn't they say, who's the loudest, who's trying to manipulate votes, who's trying to like form like secret side alliances. It's always been fun, but now I see myself more as an active participant because I really am determined to figure out who the hell is the traitor or traitors. We're at a very important part of the game right now. Like I don't feel like I know that I'm not gonna vote just to vote someone off, you know? Like
exactly.
I'm going into this with the mindset that Mike is the person that I want to, and it's going to take something from Lauren or Elle that is drastic. I'm like, wow, I did not know that. This is who I believe it is now. But I mean, as of right now, with all the information that Mike is like dropping and his finger pointing, that's where I'm going to. That's why I needed to interrogate him tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, like I've said, the Amuncio vote made sense at the time. We had nothing to go off of. You know, the murders, none of them were particularly surprising to me. I just tried to take what I could away from them.
Yeah.
Although, you know, they do suck in that I didn't know Rachel well at all. You know, first day of the game, no one really got to know her.
Yeah.
But Amy and Dot were two people that I felt good with both personally. Like, I trusted them, and I was also pretty sure they weren't traitors.
So do you feel like going into the remainder, these next couple of weeks or weeks in the game, do you think it's better for us to kind of like collectively come together? Or do you think it's best to play an individual game and just do our best to kind of like get to the end?
I think we need to keep sharing information. Like, I've shared my information for this round, and like people are going to make their decision come voting time. And I think that is what it is. I feel this is the most confident I've felt in a vote myself. Now, something could happen at the vote to shake that. But as of now, like, I didn't feel great heading into the Amuncio vote. And heading into the, second round, I didn't feel great either. Like, I thought Drea was either extremely messy in either direction. It wasn't even like I'm pretty sure you're a traitor. It was you're a mess. Like, I can't trust you. You might be a traitor, you might not be.
So the thing is, like, with the Amuncio vote, I remember because I think we were all just kind of like getting acclimated to our surroundings. We all decided that, not all, like, we collectively agreed that we were not going to vote on the quietest. But it just seems like this time around, it's like that's kind of like shifting. Like, I don't know. I haven't had a conversation with Dar. I think I had one-on-one with him, and that was maybe like last week. So, like, is there anything that like I missed that like would like lead us to believe that like, hey, listen, also Dar is someone?
Oh yeah. I'm not voting Dar because he's quiet. Not at all. I'm voting Dar because Ashley never mentioned his name. Dar never mentioned Ashley's name. I know that both Ashley and Dar were spreading out their one-on-ones to talk to as many people as possible. They both made reference to, oh, I haven't got to talk to you, let me make sure I'm talking to you. And now that Ashley's been revealed as a traitor, Dar has multiple times disavowed ever speaking to her in a one-on-one. Which, like, it doesn't check out that two people that want to talk to as many people as possible both missed each other like ships in the night. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Heart of hearts. Yesterday, you know me. I was like, I'm voting for Mike. Mike is it. Unless Mike comes in with a halo, I'm voting for him. No, I'm not gonna take Mike off my list. But I am gonna say I agree with him. I think that him sharing information, us sharing information, that's how we're gonna be able to get to the end and make sure that we like eliminate the traitor.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Mike is gunning for you, playa.
I know, they told me.
Okay.
Why'd you do that? I already called you out for something like that.
So, hey, while it's just the three of us right now, you know there's multiple people that are talking about both of you guys. For sure.
L,
for sure.
Me too. I think he's gonna be very upset with me.
I got defenses because I thought you were saying I was a traitor. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were saying like I thought you were targeting.
Drea, I hope you can back me up here.
I want to hear your reasons why I shouldn't vote.
But like, listen, I told you, and I'll tell you again. Like, you know what I'm saying? From the very beginning, I just been looking at you. You know what I'm saying? And the way you switched that story up onto me was kind of suspicious to me.
And I think you're a little defensive.
I'd like to put out there that I feel that way about Lauren tonight.
That's fair. Fine. I mean, she is. You know, you are doing a lot, Lauren.
All I've done is talk about how well you have an answer for every situation you found yourself in.
Because it's the facts. It's not an answer, it's the facts.